بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن تمسك بهديهم أما بعد. Happy Eid to all. May Allah accept all of your ibadah, all of your sacrifice, your fasting, your prayers, your sadaqah, your zakah, all of the good deeds that you did in this month. And those from among us who didn't do too well and didn't really stack up and pile up acts of ibadah, we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to allow you and to allow us to do better in the month of Shawwal. And to bidnillahi ta'ala make up and adjust, make the necessary adjustments with regards to the coming month. Bidnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala, as we said in yesterday's khutbah, that the true believer is one who should be in constant elevation, always getting better, always struggling, always looking down upon yourself, always criticizing yourself, and always bidnillahi ta'ala in self-improvement. Bidnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. Very briefly, as it was mentioned by Brother Sulaiman, with regards to what we've been speaking on over the last more than a month, we started the classes before the month of Ramadan, with regards to Zakat al-Fitr, number 1, with regards to basic rulings of the Eid, number 2, with regards to the salutations, the greetings of the Eid, and with regards to making the different takbirat. As far as Zakat al-Fitr, then once more, inshaAllah ta'ala, as we've said before, the Zakat al-Fitr should be paid by the head of the household. Inshallah, that's a brother, a man, and if not, if it's a single parent household and a woman, if she's in charge and she's paying the bills, she's by herself, then she should pay the Zakat al-Fitr. Bidnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. Approximately 7 pounds of grain, 7 pounds of dried foodstuff for every head in the house. Baby, child, young, old, pubescent or not. Bidnillahi ta'ala. Some of the people of knowledge, as we have explained in detail, many of the great ulama of the past, the great scholars, they said that you can also pay Zakat al-Fitr with currency as well, with money. And it doesn't necessarily have to be grain. And they estimate the cost of the Zakat al-Fitr roughly $10 to $12. $10 to $12. If you pay $15, you can't go wrong. But it's best. It's the sunnah and it's the original, organic, orthodox practice to give grain, to give food stuff. Bidnillahi ta'ala. So therefore, if you have 5 children, if you have 1 wife and 3 children, if you have 2 wives, those people that you look after and you're responsible for them, you pay the 7 pounds of grain for every individual. And if not, $12 for each and every individual. And that money should be given, or the grains, they should be given to poor and needy Muslims. Poor and needy Muslims. And it's best to start off with the poor and needy Muslims in your own locale, your own area, your own borough, your own city, your own town, your own block, your own project building, your own sector, wherever you are, the people that are closest to you. If there are no poor Muslims whatsoever, you can't find any. Nor can you find poor non-Muslims whose hearts are close to Islam. Perhaps they'll be a Muslim. Not by you buying their faith, by them seeing the beauty of Islam. And that the Muslims are not people of just talk, but the people of action. And the Muslims are kind, and the Muslims are those who respect their neighbors. So you give them this food, you give them the money if you can. If you can't find them, if it's difficult to find them, then bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, maybe send it to a poor country, a Muslim nation that is in crisis, Somalia, Yemen, Syria, or whatever the case may be, as long as you have the ability to send the money in a safe and sound way. That's not going to cause any problems for you or for anyone else. That you can wire the money to a country overseas, to another land, in a safe and secure way. That is not going to cause harm or damage to you or to anyone else. Inshallah, hopefully my words are extremely clear in that. That you wire your money in a safe and secure manner. That's clear. Bi'idhnillahi subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the Zakat al-Fitr, bi'idhnillah, you must pay it from starting now to the beginning of the Salah. Tomorrow morning, inshallah ta'ala. So you have right now 9 p.m. all the way till 6 a.m., 6:30 a.m., 7 a.m. before the takbir to pay the Zakat al-Fitr. So bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, try to get your money together, your food together, your bags together, and look after the poor, needy Muslims, inshallah ta'ala. Hopefully that's clear. We've explained that. That's in brief. As far as the different takbirat, then as we have explained, is optional. First and foremost, it is not mandatory to make any supplication, period. Nothing is mandatory. It is not wajib. But if you choose to do it, which is a good thing, a virtuous thing, a preferable thing, good deeds, which is a manifestation of Islamic brotherhood and Islamic sisterhood, and you can say certain things, whether it's the takbir or whether it is the tahniyah, these congratulations. So you can say taqabbalallahu minna wa minkum salih al-amal, which means may Allah accept our good deeds, ours and yours. You could say Eid Saeed, Eid Mubarak, Eid Kareem. Naam, congratulations, happy Eid. Kullu sana wa antum tayyibin. Whatever you choose to say, as long as it does not have a negative meaning, as long as it's not specific to the Jews and the Christians and the rest of the non-believers, it's permissible to say. As far as the takbirat, then from starting tonight, Salat al-Maghrib, all the way up until the Salat tomorrow, then it's recommended to make the takbir. Whether you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar kabira. Whether you say Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, wa lillahi alhamd. Whether you send the prayers upon the Prophet ﷺ or not. Naam, the different ways of saying it. Bukratan wa asila. Naam, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. All of these things are optional, as have been explained by the great ulama of Islam. And there's no direct hadith from the Prophet ﷺ which tells us what we can and cannot do. Bidnillahi ta'ala. So after the salah, and the marketplace, and your home, so on and so forth. Let's take a brief statement here of Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah with regards to this issue. Imam Shafi'i, he said, فَإِذَا رَأَوْا هِلَالَ شَوَّالٍ أَحْبَبْتُ أَنْ يُكَبِّرَ النَّاسَ جَمَاعَةً وَفُرَادًا في المسجد والأسواق والطرق والمنازل ومسافرين ومقيمين في كل حال وأين كانوا أن يظهروا التكبير ولا يزالون يكبرون حتى يغدو إلى المصلى وبعد الغدو حتى يخرج الإمام للصلاة ثم يدعو للتكبير وكذلك أحب في ليلة الأضحى لمن لم يحج فأما الحاج فذكره التلبية. Imam Shafi'i rahimahullah ta'ala, he said, when the people see the new moon phase, when the month of Shawwal comes, when it's Eid, Ramadan is over, he says, Ahbabtu. He says, I prefer. I think that it's a good thing. I don't think it's nothing wrong with the people making the takbir. Listen carefully. He says, Jama'atan wa furada. He says, in groups and individually. He says, Jama'atan wa furada. Together and what? Separately as well. Shafi'i rahimahullah ta'ala then says, in the masjid, in the marketplace, when they're driving, when they're walking in the roads, traveling, at home, and to continue to make the takbir, to make it open in public and audible until they go to the musalla. And when they sit down and they wait for the imam to begin the salah, they should continue to make the what? The takbir. Khairan, inshallah. Al-Hafidh ibn Hajar, he says, وَأَمَّا صِيغَةُ التَّكْبِيرِ فأصح ما ورد فيه ما أخرجه عبد الرزاق بسند صحيح عن سلمان أنه قال كبر الله الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر كبيرا. ونقل عن سعيد بن جبير ومجاهد وعبد الرحمن بن أبي ليلى وقول الشافعي وزاد ولله الحمد. وقيل يكبر ثلاثا ويزيد لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له إلى آخره. وقيل يكبر ثنتين بعدهما إلى آخره. So there's other statements that we have many other nuqulat from the ulama with regards to the different ways of making the takbir, as we've just explained. And we said that it's all what? Optional. Kulluhu. Nothing is mandatory and nothing is directly authentic from the Messenger of Allah alayhi salatu wasalam. As far as the Eid, then inshallah ta'ala, try your best to get to the prayer place early. Wear your best clothes that are permissible to wear. Wear your best clothes that are permissible and not the best clothes which are impermissible. We continue to say this. The best sunnah clothing, the best Islamic clothing. Bidnillahi ta'ala, men should wear the best clothes that they have, perfume themselves. Women should not perfume themselves. A woman should not leave her home with perfume on. A woman should not leave her home with lipstick and makeup on unless her face and her hands are covered. And that's the practice of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So bidnillahi ta'ala, that's a simple summary of the Eid, of the takbir, of the tahniyah, as we've explained in detail. As far as the aqiqah, then alhamdulillah, first and foremost, we make dua for brother Ammu, his wife, his family, his grandchildren, all of his siblings.
His son, his granddaughter.
Once again, we make dua for brother Ammu, his siblings, his family and his grandchildren, including his sons too, inshallah. We make dua for his son and for the father, all of them, inshallah ta'ala. His son's wife, his wife, the whole entire what? Family, Uncle Faz, everybody. No one is excluded, the whole tree. Inshallah. Jazakallah khairan. We make dua for them, that Allah Azza wa Jalla will give them happiness and give them bliss, give them splendor in this child. And I want to remind him, his son, his son's wife, the entire family, and all of you brothers as well, with the hadith that Imam Muslim has collected, the well-known narration of Abu Hurairah radiallahu anhu, which the Prophet alayhi salatu wasalam, he says, إِذَا مَاتَ الْإِنسَانُ انْقَطَعَ عَمْلُهُ إِلَّا مِنْ ثَلَاثٍ صَدَقَةٍ جَارِيَةٍ أَوْ عِلْمٍ يُنْتَفَعُ بِهِ أَوْ وَلَدٍ صَالِحٍ يَدْعُو لَهُ. The Prophet ﷺ, he told us, is that when someone dies, all his deeds cease. When someone perishes, there's no more hajj, there's no more zakah, there's no more jihad, there's no more, none of the deeds, your deeds stop. There's no 5 daily salah you're making anymore. There's nothing that you're doing on a what? Constant basis that you're reaping reward from, except for 3. And he says the first one is sadaqah jariyah, a charitable project, something that you give and the people continue to benefit from, such as a building which is rented out for the Muslims. Everybody understand this? A charitable cause, an endowment, a waqf. Number 2, he says, أو علم ينتفع به, or knowledge that he bequeathed, that people still learn from and get on a daily basis. You wrote books, you did classes, you did lectures, you did khutbahs, you have tapes, you leave things behind for the people to benefit. The ulama of Islam, they say, even someone's students, when the alim dies and he leaves behind pupils and disciples and they continue to teach, he's going to reap the reward in his what? In his grave. And as Ali ibn Abi Talib radiallahu ta'ala anhu said, he said, ilm al-rajul waladahu al-mukhallad. He says a man's knowledge is his eternal son. A man's knowledge is his what? Eternal son. You have a child who will never ever die. Your name will continue to live on if you do what? Teach the people knowledge. Last but not least, the Prophet ﷺ, he said, or a righteous child, a pious child who will invoke Allah for their parents. So how do you get a righteous child? Where does a righteous child come from? When they pray, they just don't make the salah for themselves, but they pray for you. When they give sadaqah, they just don't give sadaqah for themselves, they give sadaqah for you. They don't forget what you did for them, how you raised them, how you treated them. How do you get a righteous child? You get a righteous child through good, righteous marriage. And when you have that child, the child has rights, recommended and mandatory things that you must and should do. And from those recommended rights and those obligatory rights is the aqiqah, is the sacrificial slaughter. 2 animals for a boy child and 1 for a girl child. And if you want to do more than 1 for a girl, some of the ulama say it's permissible as well. The child should be given a good, wholesome Islamic name. A good, powerful, strong, meaningful name. The child should be raised in the masjid. The child should be taught the Quran. The child should be given the basic etiquettes of Islam. If it's a boy, the child should be taught how to be a warrior from day one. How to be brave, how to be courageous, how to be honest, how to be trustworthy, how to be strong. And teach him all of the sunnah arts. Everything that's an art of the sunnah. Swimming, archery, sword play. Everybody understand this? You should raise a young mujahid, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. And if it's a girl child, then she should also be raised as a mujahida as well. And she should learn how to be a warrior in her own way. How to be chaste, how to be pious, how to be bashful, how to be shy, how to respect herself and never to dishonor herself and never to disobey Allah Azza wa Jalla. And you teach the child the teachings of the deen. And you raise them and you feed them from the halal wealth. And you give them the necessary recreation. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, when they grow up and you grow down, the child grows up and you grow down, your teeth fall out, your hair falls out, your back bends over, your legs, your arms become frail, your face begins to sag and becomes cracked and wrinkled. You become sick and old and they grow stronger. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, hopefully they will pray for you. Oh Allah, forgive my father. Oh Allah, forgive my grandfather. Oh Allah, accept the good deeds of my mother. So this is the greatest thing, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, is to raise a righteous child. And when you place into that grave, there's no money, there's no status, there's no strength. There's nothing that you take to the grave except for the knowledge that you passed on, except for the sadaqah that the people benefit from, and except for your righteous child that you raise. So that's my advice, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. With regards to the aqiqah, we say, may Allah bless your child, akhi. May Allah allow you to be thankful to him. May Allah allow the child to reach his or her full age. And may you, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, be given the good treatment of this child. Jazakumullah khairan. Inshallah, everyone have a good, happy Eid. To all of the disciples worldwide as well, wherever you may be. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.